This is Will Powers, Inverse News, Nostalgia for the Present. It is December 10th, 2019, and this day I get an email from the New York Times, and this is what it said right here. It was the impeachment resolution that Donald Trump, President of the United States, is impeached for high crimes and misdemeanors. House Democrats opted not to charge Mr. Trump with bribery or extortion, as they had contemplated in recent weeks. Those terms, as my colleague Peter Baker wrote today, are criminal charges. Oh, yeah, we wouldn't want to charge him with some actual crimes. No, meaning they would have invited complicated debate about the judicial precedents. Yeah, that's what the New York Times speak way of putting it. Because an impeachable offense does not have to be a specific crime, Peter wrote, the Democrats decided to use the more comprehensive accusation of abuse of power. But what is this abuse of power? Well, I looked into it here on Wikipedia, and on Wikipedia it says abuse of power in the form of malfeasance in office or official misconduct is the commission of an unlawful act. Oh, so since so it's part of the statute that there has to be a precedent set of a criminal act already. That's what this says. It refers to a criminal act. It is the malfeasance in office in the commission of an unlawful act. So there has to be an unlawful act already. So what is the unlawful act that that they can base this on? Well, you go back to, you click on the New York Times article. As you can see, this is the New York Times article right here. New York Times, Articles of Impeachment against President Trump. And there it is, the resolution from Congress to impeach the president. And they have notes alongside so you can see what they think. And Donald Trump has abused the powers of the presidency. Scrolling down to get to the meat of the matter, you can see right here, number 3, and they have it highlighted. Faced with the public revelation of his actions, President Trump ultimately released the military and security assistance to the government of Ukraine, but has persisted in openly and corruptly urging and soliciting Ukraine to undertake investigations for his personal political benefit. Listen, folks, this is not just for President Trump's personal benefit. Sure, it helps him if he can dig up some dirt on his opponent, Joe Biden, and but it not only benefits him, it benefits all Americans to root out corruption in any of our public officials. And there should be an investigation into Biden. I mean, you take Trump's phone call to Ukraine, which he made public. There is nothing like what Biden said in this story about his dealings with the Ukrainians. And you can see it right here. Excuse me, right here.
They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
Yeah, right. That's what he says. But the truth is, there may have been corruption there. It looks suspicious as hell. His son's holding a position on the corrupt company of Burisma. Yeah. And that doesn't deserve to be looked into? But Trump's phone call where he just asked for a favor, that should be looked into. I mean, and they're impeaching him for that. This is obviously the Democrats trying to cover up for their own malfeasance by accusing the opposition of exactly what they're doing. The Republicans, haven't done anything wrong in this. The only thing wrong is this impeachment. It's totally crazy. And you can, look at the article here. These actions were consistent with President Trump's previous invitations of foreign interference in the United States elections. Going back to Russia again. And the note that the New York Times has beside it says, this is a reference to Russia's interference in the 2016 campaign on Mr. Trump's behalf, while the special counsel Robert Mueller said he did not find enough evidence to allege criminal conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia. He documented extensive contacts between the two. Is that all you got? I mean, come on. That's just not enough. In other words, no crime, no evidence of a real crime. And going on here, excuse me, you have finally, in response, withheld lawful cause of excuse. President Trump directed executive branch agencies. This is the meat of the crime, folks. This is what it all boils down to. And officials not to comply with those subpoenas. He ordered his officials and people whose jobs were related to the executive branch not to obey the subpoenas out of executive privilege. That is his right. And these matters are decided in the court. They're not decided by Congress. Congress doesn't go, hey, I get to make up all the rules now and make them up as I go along. I'm the true power. I have power over the executive branch. No, that matter was traditionally decided by the Supreme Court. Right on Wikipedia. It says executive power. The Supreme Court of the United States has ruled that the executive privilege and congressional oversight each are a consequence of the doctrine of the separation of powers derived from the supremacy of each branch in his own area of constitutional activity. So this is decided by the Supreme Court, not Congress. They are just one part of the separation of powers, the third branch of government. You have the Supreme Court, which has its powers, and congressional and executive. And when there's a dispute between the executive and the congressional, it is usually decided by the Supreme Court, not Congress. They don't have the right to decide that. It's just so absurd. This whole impeachment saga, it's just such nonsense. So, that's all I have to say. This is Will Powers of Inverse News. As always, you can email me at mountaincharliesbcglobal.net, and my website is mojomorning.blogspot.com. Thank you for listening.